Okay, so who exactly is asking for a Birds of Prey sequel? Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. Who's asking for a Birds of Prey sequel? Nobody is. I can barely even say the word sequel. I almost said signal. Signal would have been better, like the virtue signal, or the bat signal, or the signal about, who is this? The Direct is talking about it. Margot Robbie shares update on Harley Quinn Birds of Prey 2 status. No, you don't get a sequel to a bad movie that didn't make money. And I don't care if it is during 2020. I almost said the 1900s. This is how old I am. I am 300 centuries older than I should be, probably. Nobody, even taking aside, even setting aside the great toilet paper shortage of 2020, nobody would expect a Birds of Prey sequel. The most you're going to get is another reboot. Just like Suicide Squad is just getting a reboot with... It's a do-over. The most we could expect is a do-over, an oops-a-doodle, a whoopsie, we made a mistake, and that's not what we're going to be getting. They're just going to forget about it and then say, you know what, no, we'll just keep her in Suicide Squad. Because Harley Quinn is an accessory at best. She is a side character. She is that little spark of glitter and fluff that comes through and smashes up the crap out of everything on set with a sledgehammer, and then she'll be off on her merry little way. That's all Harley Quinn should be in these films. But no, they keep deciding that they're going to give her full front and center stage, full treatment as a No, you're nothing without the Joker, and nobody cares. And now Joker's got some new chick who's completely uninteresting as well. I guess all of this is just, they asked her if she's going to do a sequel, right? That's where we're at with these. They ask these actors, oh, would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? What about this character coming back? And they always say yes, when there's no chance in heck that you're going to see a sequel to this. At least in my opinion, after the last one lost so much money and was so poorly received by everybody. Oh, they tried blaming guys. They tried blaming, despite the fact that more men went and saw it, they tried blaming everything under the sun. And at the end of the day, like I said, toilet paper shortage aside, this movie still would have flopped because it just didn't work. It tried too hard to be too many things. It went off on too many different side tangents. Every time they introduced a character, they would have to go, oh, and stop, now we're going to have a flashback. Oh, and I probably should have read this article before I started recording and ranting, but even if we were to get a Birds of Prey sequel, it won't be anytime soon because we already have Christina Hodson, I believe that's her name, and Margot Robbie working on their Pirates movie, the one that they decided would work better without Johnny Depp for some reason, and the people who tanked a Harley Quinn movie. Right? This is one of your most popular characters in DC. Every girl wants to cosplay as her for some reason. They should have had a better reception. Oh, but maybe the very audience that they're trying to pander to, who want to just cosplay as Harley Quinn, don't actually care about the movies nearly as much as you think that they do. Let's get into this article. Despite mixed reactions, for certain fans, Birds of Prey enjoyed an equal amount of praise from critics and audiences, earning a 70... Oh, who cares about the Rotten Tomatoes score? Who cares? That's just because everybody has moved away from Rotten Tomatoes and doesn't even bother with it, and the only people on there still are bots giving them fake positives. The film holds the title of technically being the most profitable superhero movie of the year. Oh, also, that's just in my opinion from what I've seen. Don't know how I would prove that other than the script that they use in they'll have like in brackets and parentheses, all kinds of weird code mumbo jumbo language that, only a robot would be able to pick out. The film holds the title of technically being the most profitable superhero movie of the year due entirely to the unique circumstances of the cough cough great toilet paper shortage of 2020, delaying the release of every other superhero movie from both Marvel and DC. Yeah, they wouldn't have held, they would not have lasted, especially even with Wonder Woman. And oh, if you haven't seen my Wonder Woman video, that one's gonna flop-a-rooney too. Even if Wonder Woman had come out in the summer and even done halfway decent, when it was supposed to come out, was it summer or was it March? I can't even remember anymore. This year has been. Anyone else happy for the year to roll over? Oh, wait, is next year going to be worse? I wonder. Are we going to get zombies? That's next year, right? I believe so, because I've been seeing things about mutations. Hey, at least video game players, geeks, and I guess weapons enthusiasts are going to know how to handle themselves next year, right? When the zombies start attacking us. I laugh right now, but I'll be looking back at this video in a year from now if the internet's still a thing and be like, I was right about those zombies. I'm kind of hoping for aliens, though. This year we need our aliens, darn it. However, the box office for Birds of Prey still turned out to be a tad disappointing for Warner Brothers. Oh, it flopped. It was a stinker. It was a big giant splat, and they decided to reassess their whole Margot Robbie Birds of Prey thing. I don't think we're going to get one anytime soon. Regardless, with Margot Robbie as one of the movie's driving forces, both on and behind the screen, you're supposed to say on and off screen, there's still a chance that the sequel could be made. No, not anytime soon. The box office wasn't disastrous, and it did manage to become the 8th most searched movie on Google this year. That is because it was a disaster. That was because every time you see one of these movies, this was supposed to be, had everything not panned out the way it did this year, this was supposed to be the movie that finally was enough is enough with all of this garbage. Focus on entertainment. We don't need an agenda. I don't need a special superhero movie just for me because I'm a woman. I'm going to go see what I'm going to go see regardless, because every time you try and pander Hollywood, every time you try and pander, that is just insulting half of your audience base and telling the rest of them that they are not welcome. And that's what happens with all of these forced whammon, forced whatever sort of movies. And that's what this was. This was another in the long line of between Terminator, Woke Fart, Charlie's Angels, and this was going to be the one that finally convinced Hollywood to stop with their nonsense agenda crap. Just focus on giving us entertainment. You're not going to try and save the world or fix the world. You're only making things worse, Hollywood. And, the preaching and the pandering and the activism, that's only making things worse. Enough is enough already. We're done. We're over this. Funny. We need to go back to some sense of normalcy where people are treated a little bit better than just the superficial garbage. And that's what the problem with the world has been recently, is when Hollywood is deciding that the rest of the world are as bad as they are. Wow, I'm ranting a lot on this one. And that's the reason why this was so searched, because this is just another in the long line of them between this and Captain Marvel and all of the Star Wars movies. And every time you try and do the activism sort of movie, and you did it with a Harley Quinn character who's a bad guy anyway. Oh, here's your representation. They're all bad guy characters, though. They're not the good ones. That's your problem, and there's your problem. They do the same thing on Star Trek. And they do the same thing in Star Wars, and they do all the same thing in every one of these major... Doctor Who! Oh, Doctor Who, don't get me started on that one. And then who suffers? Us, the viewers, the audience members, the people who want to geek out over these movies and over these franchises. Don't you think I would love to have something other than, just Cobra Kai? And I even bought the video game. I like that so much, and the video game's probably going to be crap. We want everything to be as good as Cobra Kai, all right? We don't want this type of crap. And I know it's a little bit different comparing it to something that was rebooted and then swapped out and changed up. But still, it's still part of that culture. It's still part of that anti-consumer culture. And what do you want, our money or not? I guess not. An update on any sequel hasn't been discussed much since its release, but an interview with Margot Robbie finally has an update. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Margot Robbie discusses her work with the production company Lucky Chap Entertainment. During this, the actress was asked about the possibility of a Birds of Prey sequel. Robbie said, "I don't know, nothing imminent at this stage, nothing worth mentioning." That means they're not doing it. They don't care. Nobody cares. They've moved on to their next project. They're focused more on, especially with Margot Robbie, they're more focused on that Pirates sequel where they are swapping out and they are removing. I sounded weird when I said that, but I'm going to leave it in because they're removing Johnny. They're removing the only person you actually want to see in a Pirates movie. And yeah, we don't want any more of this stuff in our entertainment. What this means, it certainly wasn't a no, but from the sound of it, a sequel to the Birds of Prey film isn't at the forefront of Robbie's mind. This is a bit disappointing, not to you. I mean, I guess to me, I can't make more videos railing on the thing. That's the only positive that comes from this, is I can make videos chewing out studios for not doing better. And then what? Everybody suffers, though. We want good product. But it could be possible that a sequel for Birds of Prey would not need to involve Harley Quinn at all. Oh yeah. The movie flopped so hard they changed the title of it from Harley Quinn and the Fantabulous Emancipation. Oh no, it was Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. So now they're gonna remove her entirely? No, that's even worse. That's an even worse idea than a Harley Quinn movie without the freaking Joker. You want to make a Harley Quinn movie, you call me. You put Harley Quinn and the Joker together. You don't have all of this BS. You have it a Natural Born Killers sort of movie where you're kind of rooting for him, but kind of not. And then that's how you do it. But you already have one with Natural Born Killers. And they're not going to do it. They're not going to go that dark, are they? Even though the Joker made them $1 billion. After all, by the end of the movie, she and the rest of the all-female crime fighters go their separate ways, not to mention some of the actors, like Journey Smollett, she wants to return. That's because she's probably not doing anything else. A lot of these newer up-and-coming actors probably haven't had a lot of work this past year, and they want to do something, like everybody else on this planet. But no, you're going to remove the one thing. You're going to remove the one thing that anybody actually showed up for, which was Harley crapping Quinn. Why didn't they do a TV series of this with all the other little birds and then have the end be, and now see the final conclusion in the theater? Because they didn't think of that, because they don't understand how cross-promotion and cross-marketing work, right? All of these other side characters, like your Journeys, Sommeliers, and your Canary Chick in the trash bag, all these people, you have all these people, because that's what her costume looked like, sorry. Not the canary one. The Huntress. That's the one who was in the trash bag. See, I even forget them. They're so memorable. You had all the side characters. That's the thing. The side characters are memorable. I did videos on them. I watched the movie and I don't remember them. And you're going to remove the one thing anybody cares about. No. What they should have done is they should have done some sort of a TV series or a specials, like an anthology series. Now, here's an hour on this character. Here's an hour on this character. Here's an hour on this character. And then the finale would be in the theater where you have them all team up and they all have to come together to fight something that they were setting up in the series. That's how you do it. That's how you get investment. And then you get rewatchability for the people who are like, oh crap, I'm just hearing about this now. Why don't they call me for marketing? Oh, because they actually have a problem with people who have diversity of thought. Because they only care about what's on the outside. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. This really sums up my reaction to this. I am MechaRandom42, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Fun is funny.